Okay, today's lesson is on Emacs coordinate geometry. So first of all, I need to let you know what's the purpose of learning coordinate geometry. Okay, the purpose of learning coordinate geometry, right, is so that it's easier for you to find the location in a navigation system. Let's say your aircraft, your shipping, your boat, let's say travel, right? So every time they'll talk about the coordinates, the x and y coordinates. Let's say you have x and y axis, right? So this point here, what is the location? This point here would be 2, 2. Why is it 2, 2? Because it is the origin. So this is 2, this is 2. So this point x here is 2, 2. So they assign values so that you know the exact location of where you are. So that's the purpose of learning coordinate geometry. And it's useful for navigation purposes in aircraft and in shipping. Okay, that's the reason why we learn coordinate geometry, one of the reasons. Okay, then today, right, we're going to talk about, I'm going to derive the formula, right, of finding the length. Let's say I have the xy axis here. This is the origin. So I'm going to find the length of this, line called AB. Okay, the coordinates of A, right? Let's call it x2, y2. The coordinates of B, let's call it x1, y1. Probably I'll name this as A, this as B. So the length of this line, AB, right, is given by square root of x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. Okay, that's the formula you're asked to remember. But you know, like in maths, right, I don't like to ask students to blindly memorize the formula. So today I'm going to explain to you why the length of AB is given by x1 square root of x1 minus x2 bracket square plus y1 minus y2 bracket square. So you're ready, yeah? Okay, if you're ready, I'm going to show you. Okay, this is my right angle here. So you can see that this is the right angle triangle, right? Okay, this is a right angle triangle. Do you agree that the length, let's call this point C. Do you agree that the length of AC is equal to y1 minus y2?
Yeah.
Agree, right? Likewise, the length of BC, is x1 minus x2. Agree, right? Yeah. So by Pythagoras Theorem, right, you will know that in a right angle triangle, your length of BC square plus length of AC square is equal to length of AB squared. Okay, you learn in your Sec 2, Pythagoras Theorem, right? Okay, this is Pythagoras Theorem. Still remember Pythagoras Theorem? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your AB square will then be equal to BC square. Your BC is x1 minus x2, right?
Mm.
Then your AC is y1 minus y2. And I square it. So your AB will then be equal to square root of this. Agree? Yeah?
Mm.
Okay. Then of course you will say that when I square root, I have a negative component, right? Square root, you have a plus and minus, right?
Mm.
But because the length of AB, right? Your AB is a length. Okay, your AB is a physical length. Therefore, AB, the length of AB, confirm is greater than 0. That's the reason why you omit. Hence, you omit negative part of AB. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the reason why the formula is like that. Okay, then you'll be thinking, right? Must it be always x1 minus x2 square? Can it be x2 minus x1 square and y2 minus y1 square? Can. Can. The reason is because, right? If you use x2 minus x1 and you square it, right? The reason why you can use x2 minus x1, right? And or y2 minus y1, right? The reason is because, right, of the square. I'll give you an example. Okay, 3. Maybe don't use 3. Let's use 5. 5 minus 2 square, right, would be equal to 2 minus 5 square. Okay, they are the same. How come? Because negative, right? Negative 3, when I square it, is 9. So this is 3. Okay, 3, when I square it, is 9. So this one is negative 3. When I square it, it's also 9. It's because of the magic of square. That's and because of the magic of square, right? Whether it's positive or negative, right? You will still get back the same answer. Therefore, you use x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, right? Both are okay. Likewise for y2 minus y1 or y1 minus y2. That means the sequence is okay. You just need to be careful, right? If you use x2 minus x1 down here, right, you must use y2 minus y1 down here. You cannot use y1 minus y2.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, let's say I assign coordinates now. Okay, you got to assign coordinates now, right? Let's say my B, right, is 2, 2. Okay, the point 2, 2. A probably is 4, 4, example. So if I have to use 2, 2 and 4, 4, right? Probably don't use 4, 4. Let me use 4, 3 would be clearer. Let me see. Let me use a bigger number. 7, 8. And this one I use 2, 3. Okay, different numbers, so that it's clearer. Okay, let's say this coordinate is 2, 3. This coordinate is 7, 8, right? So your length of AB, there are 2 ways to calculate it. Length of AB will be difference in x. Difference in x will be 7 minus 2 squared. So if I use 7 minus 2, right, you have to use 8 minus 3. So this one you will end up with 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 squared is 25. Square root 15. Okay. Square root 50 is 5 root 2. Okay, square root 50 is 5 root 2. How do I get 5 root 2 within split second? I didn't use calculator. Maybe I share with you a technique. How I get 5 root 2 within split second. Okay, because this is square root, right? I'm going to disassemble my 50, right, into components of numbers, right, that can be squared. So the first number I can think of is 25. So square root of 25 is 5. So that's how I get 5 root 2 instantly.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the length of AB. So this one I use A minus B. Okay, now let's use B minus A. So if I were to use B minus A, right? Three minus X squared. Square root of 50. 2 minus 7 is minus 5. Okay, minus 5 squared is 25. 25 plus 25 is 50. So you have 5 root 2 also. So you use 2 minus 7 or 7 minus 2, both are okay. Because of the power of square. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll learn something now.
Mm.
This is how you find length in coordinate geometry. Length of 2 points. Basically the length of the line. Okay, let's do some example. I'm going to create some examples. Okay, given that coordinates of points A and B maybe I don't use point A and B, point P and Q. Okay, the coordinates of point P and Q are minus 3, 1 and 5, minus 6. Find the length of PQ. So how to find the length of PQ?
Minus 3 square root. And
okay,
then
let's do together. Okay, square root.
minus
Difference,
3 minus 5
difference in x coordinate.
square
Square. Plus or minus?
plus
Plus. Difference in x coordinate
1
and
minus 6. 1 minus minus 6
difference in y coordinate. 1 minus minus 6.
square.
Okay. Minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. Minus 8 square is 64. 1 minus minus 6 is 7. 7 square is 49. So 64 plus 49, you ask good friend calculator. Okay, 113. Square root of 113. 10.63 or 10.6. 3 significant figure. 3 significant figure is 10.6. Clear? This one very easy. Okay, now another word example. Given that the coordinates of point P and Q okay, P and Q are the coordinates of point P and Q is minus 2, 3 and minus 6, 1 respectively. Find the coordinates of point R that lies on the y-axis. Y-axis such that PR is equal to QR. Hence, find the area of triangle PQR. PQR, no, PRO. PRO, where O is the origin. Okay, how to do this question? Any idea? Slightly more challenging, right? Not so straightforward now. So you have coordinates of P and coordinates of Q. So my coordinates of P is minus 2, 3. Coordinates of Q is minus 6, 1. So they want you to find coordinates of R, right? And R lies on the y-axis. What does that mean?
Point R is
if something that lies on the y-axis, right? What is the x coordinate?
X equals 0.
Yes. If you lie on the y-axis, that means your x is 0. So the coordinates,
y is 2.
Y is not 2, Y is just Y, and you're supposed to find your Y. Because they tell you PR equal to QR. Correct? They tell you PR is QR, right?
Yeah, but because it's 3, so they have to be split evenly.
Split evenly? All things split evenly.
Because the Y of P is 3 and the Q the y of q is 1.
Yeah, then
Is it 3 divided by 2?
no. So let's find the length of PR first. So your length of PR, because they say PR is QR, right? Okay, length of PR equal to length of QR. So what's the length of PR? The length of PR would be agree? How about length of QR? Length of QR, right? Agree? Okay, since square root of this equals square root of this, right? That means I don't square root, they're still the same. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay, then this one is minus 2 square, right? This is 4. You expand this is 9 minus 6y minus y square. Okay, 8 plus y square. Yeah. Then this one is 36. Agree? The y square can remove, right?
Yeah.
Bring over minus 6 is plus 6, right? So become 4y. Agree, all? Minus 6 I bring over is plus 6. What? Plus 6. 6 minus 2 is 4y. So remember your 4y is here. Then is 4 plus 9 is 13. 13 minus 36 minus 1. Okay, this one ask good friend calculator. Minus 24. So y is minus 6. Okay? So you know y is minus 6, right? Therefore, you have your coordinates of r. Okay, you have coordinates of r now. Because the first thing is find the coordinates of r, right? So in exam, once you do this, right, you have to write out this step. You don't leave your answer as like that. You leave your answer like that, confirm will get penalized. You write out this final statement. So what's the coordinates of point R? 0, minus 6. Then like that. Leave your answer as like that. Of course, your working don't be like mine, so shortcut. Also, don't be too long-winded. I think like this is acceptable. They'll give you marks on it. Okay, then now I'm going to do this part. Okay, you have your coordinates of R. Hence, find the area of triangle PRO, where O is the origin. Okay, a picture is worth 1,000 words. In exam, right, let's say you're not sure how to do, right? Because you're not allowed to use Amex, the shoelace method here. So you have to stick with what you know in Emacs. Okay, so P is minus 2, 3, right? Minus 2, 3 is here. This is what I call P. R is 0, minus 6. This is my R. And origin is here. So they ask you to find area of this triangle. Okay, this is the area of this triangle. By examining this triangle, right, you know that area of this triangle is half base times height, right? Can you tell me what is the base?
PR.
The base, if you let PR be the base, right, you would have a tough time to do the question because
RO.
you do not know this length.
RO.
So let RO be the base. So RO, right, length of RO, then you can write out here, length of RO. Or OR, length of OR is 6 units. Okay, you can tell. Then length of length of, okay, let's call this one K, length of PK.
-2.
Length of PK is
2 units.
2 units. Because the question is saying, hence find the area, right?
5 times 6 times 2
Yep,
equals to 6.
yep. Equal to 6. Hence find means that's a shortcut. The shortcut is you must need to see, you can use length of RO times the x coordinate of P, as in the absolute value of x coordinate of P, which is 2. Okay, this question.
Okay.